Well, my background is in sailing. I grew up, my parents had a sailing boat. It's all I ever wanted to do was sail and go to sea. When I had my accident, sailing wasn't part of my life. Sailing was my life, and it was taken away from me. And I made a conscious decision for 6-7 years after that not to go near sailing again, because I didn't feel that someone with my disability, my level of disability, it would be possible. And someone 7 years after my accident introduced me to a dinghy, a sailing dinghy called a Challenger trimaran, and I sat in this little boat and I pulled that main sheet in and the tiller, and it accelerated across the water, and I felt that wind, that spray, just that elation of being back on the water again. And it was at that moment that I realised this is what I wanted to spend the rest of my life doing. After I did a couple of quite significant sailing challenges. I sailed around Great Britain and I sailed across the Atlantic. And what I learned from those adventures was that I was inspiring people. People were following what I was doing, and people were asking me how they could get involved and get on the water. And it was when I finished sailing across the Atlantic, I came up with this idea: why don't I create a boat that can take other disabled people, my friends and family, and their friends, out on the water, because clearly there was something stopping them, and it was the right boat. The whole Wetwheels thing started with me and this boat, the original boat, Wetwheels Solent, and I was not sure how it was going to work. There's me, I'd invested a huge amount of money and time on this magnificent vessel, and I wasn't sure how it was going to work. Well, quite quickly, after year one, when we took nearly 1,000 people on the water, that I started to think, I've got something quite magic here, that these boats are now collectively going to be taking nearly 5,000 people a year on the water. And I don't want it to stop there. I want there to be another 5 at least boats around the country in the next 5 years. Every single day is a moving day. Every single day I could tell you stories about people that have come on the boat, and for them it's a once in a lifetime experience, and for us we're very proud to be able to run this business and run it successfully and develop it, and hopefully we'll go from strength to strength. I made the decision when I set up Wetwheels that we were not going to be a charity. We weren't going to be governed by volunteers. This was a business. So when I heard of the Stelios Awards and I looked at the criteria, I thought, actually maybe I fit the bill. I've got this business that's successful, and we've got ambitions to go places. So I put my name down and filled in the form, and you can imagine I was overwhelmed to know that I've been shortlisted. I've got huge respect for Stelios. He's a fantastic entrepreneur, and just to be shortlisted by him is a tremendous accolade for our business.